So here's clip number 2 of how to take the ABS module out. I started with taking this piece off. Let me back up a little bit so you can see it. And it was sitting right here, like this, held by these 2 bolts. And once you take those bolts out, this end slides right out of here. Let me get a screwdriver so I can point to it. A screwdriver or a brake bar. Okay, so this end sits right in here, in that plastic casing of the air filter. Once I got this off, then this top sits on top of the bottom of the air filter, and it's held by screws over here, here, and all around it. One of them sits right in the back here, right between the fuse box and the casing itself. So you might use a light to shine on it to see where it is, and then use an extension on your drill bit like this. And it's a Torx 25, I believe, male at the end to get to these bolts, screws. Once you undo them, there is a electrical harness that is going in here, and that is a little tricky. I'll show you how it's fastened and how I took it off. This is what it looks like, and it slides in on top. Let me slide it under here. Slides in this way, so the little square part is on this side, facing the fuse box. And I broke the tab that was holding it in place, trying to loosen it. So now it's gonna be just sliding on like this without the tab. The tab was in here, and you were supposed to press on it and then pull it off. I pressed too hard, it broke. So now I guess it's just gonna be sliding off without the tab, just like that. And I believe when your tab is all intact, you have to squeeze it down here. I'll show you what the tab looks like, if I can find it in my pocket. There it is, right here. It was sitting this way, and it's like a rocker. The bottom of it is pressed down, and then it unlatches there, and you just pull it back. The filter and the casing, it was just sitting loosely in my car. It was supposed to be fastened on one bolt over here, but it's missing. But this holds it in place so tightly that doesn't really make any difference. So while I'm working on it, it's gonna go in the back. The next thing to get rid of is the fuse box. It has this cover on it. The way you loosen it is there's a tab here and a tab here. Press it inside, both at the same time, and that should snap right off. The next thing you have to take off is a harness, this one. This is was sitting. I don't know if I even showed it on the video. It comes in here, and you squeeze this tab where my thumb is. Squeeze it inside, and then it should come. Just pull it up. So this little piece here, you squeeze it in and pull up. Next tricky thing, well, there's 3 bolts that hold the fuse box in place. One is down here, bolted to the fender. One is holding 2 heavy duty cables that go over here, and another one goes over here like that. Go on this bolt. You take the nut that holds these in place, remove these cables to the side, and then you still have one nut holding the fuse box in place, and it is located right down deep, like 2-3 inches deep in this hole right there. Shine a light, you'll see a 10mm bolt there. Just undo it, and then the whole fuse box can be swung to the side. Next problem, obstacle, whatever, is removing this harness. To remove it, it has 2 latches here at the bottom. You can get a screwdriver. That frickin' screwdriver is never there when I need it. Let's try one of those here. The latches are, one latch is right here at the tip of my screwdriver, and the same one is on the other side. You can't really get it well at it, but if you lift this up a little bit and use a screwdriver to kind of push on the other side, and at the same time try to lift it, you will finally be able to just snap it off. Yeah, like this. Once it snaps off, keep raising it up gently, and you'll notice the whole harness is moving up. There's a lever. You see how it's all moving up? Until it becomes loose, you pull it off. And again, tie it to the side so it's out of the way. And now you have to use a very small and long reach ratchet, and it has to be a power ratchet because there's no room to turn a hand operated ratchet. I'm using a 1/4 inch air ratchet I bought at Harbor Freight. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And 5mm, where is it? 5mm female Torx socket. I just won't focus. It's like a star. No, you can't see it. But that's what it is. And as I said in the previous clip, to make sure it doesn't run away from me somewhere and disappear in somewhere in the niches of that whatever you call it, car, and so I won't find it, I have this red string that will lead me to it. And what you do is take that socket, and there's 3 bolts, Torx bolts. One is over here, very close to the edge. One is way back over, where is my finger? There you see it's moving very close to where my finger is. Right on the edge there's a second one, and the third one, only one, is on the right hand side, about in the middle of the module. You can feel it with your finger. And the trick is to get the socket onto those bolts and undo them. And be sure you don't drop them into the nooks and crannies of the car. So for that reason, I put the towel under it. If it falls, it'll fall on the towel, then I can feel and find it. So right here I have to stop filming because I got to use both hands, get this module out.